Already 8:22 p.m. Can you believe it? It's hard to believe it's 8:22 in the evening on WPAT. We're going to talk to Sam. He's a great man right here. Sam, I'm glad you're here with me on WPAT.
I am so thrilled to be here. It is really an honor to be here, Teddy, and I really appreciate the invite.
You're the greatest. Sam, why don't you just give us a little background about yourself, if you could, please?
Well, let's see, about myself. We'll start from the end and work back to the beginning. Okay?
That's a good way to go.
I'm retiring as a guidance counselor in June. I'm looking forward to that because I have a lot of things that I do. I'm a screenwriter, actor, musician, and I have a wonderful family. Going to spend a lot more time with them. My lovely wife, Chris, my boys, Sammy, Anthony, and Eugene, my daughter-in-law, Lauren. We're going to spend a whole lot of time. Of course, we're waiting for grandchildren. I got to talk to my son Gene about that, but we're waiting.
Nice to have grandchildren.
I can't wait. My wife and I were just believing and waiting.
So, Sam, you have a very nice last name. I wish my name was as close to instead of Smith was Monaco.
Well, when I grew up, I thought I was heir to the throne of the Prince of Monaco, but it didn't quite work out that way.
Well, let me ask you a question. Tell me about the Savoys.
Well, we're a bunch of neighborhood guys. We grew up in a housing project in the city of Newark called Stephen Crane Village. And it was started really by two of the guys, John Falavino, lovingly known as Johnny Fat, and Joey Castellano, sitting in a car. And they were singing along with the radio, and then they had this idea, why don't we put a group together? So one by one, we were just assimilated into their idea, Joe Stefanelli, myself, and then we needed a lead singer. And there was Angelo living right next door to Joey Stefanelli, and then it just took off from there.
How long have you been in show business?
Well, from the a cappella days, we were singing since we were about 12, 13 years old, and I'm still involved in it, so we're talking over 50 years.
You've traveled all over the world playing it all over the country, and it's remarkable what you've done, with your group and what you continue to do for the public. It's wonderful.
Thank you. It's a great life. It's a challenging life. It's a busy life, but you have to love it and you have to be dedicated to it. I was listening to Joe Franklin when he said you got to be persistent and consistent. He's absolutely right. You have to go for it whole hog.
Exactly. Now, you brought a CD in here tonight, didn't you?
Actually, Jimmy brought the CD in. It has some of our recordings on it. I'm not sure which CD he brought in.
We're going to find it.
Okay. That'll be good.
And we're going to be talking to Walter Collender in a couple of minutes along with Jimmy Petrecca. And I'm glad you came down here to see Joe Franklin, and we're trying to locate Percy Sledge. In the meantime, it's a pleasure. Tell us more about how the group got together and who the members of the group are, and anything you could tell us that would be of interest to people out there.
Well, once we formulated the group, with the two Joeys, Johnny, Angelo, and myself, we started learning songs from the great groups from the 50s. And we started singing on the corner, obviously with no music. And when we started, we didn't know it was called a cappella. We just sang on the corner without music. And we started to get pretty good at what we did. And the corner that we sang on in the village, Stephen Crane Village, we started to attract little crowds of friends and then kids from the little outreaches of the neighborhoods. And we realized that we had something going here. We had a sound. There were some other groups in the neighborhood, but there was something special about us that we said, you know what, we really got to start doing this. And what I realized later on in life, what we were getting on that corner was an ear training lesson. Now, people pay a lot of money for this stuff. You go to New York and ear training. We were getting it right on the corner. And if I can tell you quickly, to me, aside from a good lead singer, the important guy in an a cappella group is the guy that's singing the color tone of the chord, usually the second tenor. In this case, it would be Joey Stefanelli. If he's out of tune, it's over. I don't care who you got singing. So Joey was like the voice that we all gathered around with our voices, and then Angelo just took off with the lead. It was a wonderful learning experience. We used to sing under a bridge by our housing project, and we had this wonderful echo, and it was like, yeah, this sounds like a recording studio in here. That was when the buses weren't coming in the cars. And it just started to evolve from there. And then we met Stan Krause. Now,
big name, Stan Krause.
I got to tell you, I don't remember personally how we met Stan Krause. Angelo, Joey, Steph, they would remember. Angelo knows all the details about all the stuff that we did, but after about a year or two is when we came across Stan Krause.
Well, you have a great blend and good intonation, and we're going to play some of your music in a second. We have one, for example, When I Fall in Love. That's a wonderful song. I've heard it many times before. I Love You So If You Were Gone From Me. So when did you put this song, When I Fall in Love? When did that evolve? When did it come together?
Well, it started on the corner. We were looking for material, and usually Angelo would say, hey, I like this song, why don't we learn it? And we put some harmony parts together on it. It was a remake of an old song. It's an old song from, I believe, the 40s, When I Fall in Love. And when we did meet up with Stan Krause, he felt that we should record it. It's on one of the albums, that I think I Dig Acapella album.
Hold on, we're on WPAT right now. We're going to play your CD right here on PAT Radio with Sam Monaco and the Savoys. Hello, Savoys!
When I fall in love, it will be forever, for I'll never fall in love. In a restless world like this, love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seems to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, for I'll never fall in love, for the moment I can feel that you feel that way too, is when I fall in love with you.
Teddy Smith right here with Percy Sledge, Sam Monaco. We're going to have a good time with you, Percy. Just stand by. I'm just going to go to another telephone, and we're going to bring you on here live, okay? Percy, you are the greatest. Yes, we'll be right back to you. It's a Teddy Smith Show of New York right here on WPAT in New York City. We'll see you in about 2 moments right here as we speak to Percy Sledge. In the meantime, Sam Monaco, I'm glad that you're part of this live radio little sort of Fellini movie here on WPAT. I hope you're enjoying every moment of this experience, by the way.
I love every minute of it. I'll tell you the truth.
Now, I just wanted to tell everyone that the Savoys are a very, very special group. They have great CDs out. I know you have shows coming up and things that are going on. Why don't you tell everyone what's happening out there for you?
I'll tell you the truth. The show started with one of the reunions we did from this housing project that we grew up in, and then some people approached us, and they want to put together I would say a recall of all the a cappella groups from the 60s, and they actually want to start doing the shows at the State Theater in Jersey City, the one that they renovated, sunk a lot of money into it. So they're looking to start doing these things around the month of November, coming up in November.
Wow.
And again, forgive me, the producer's name just slipped my tongue, but they're putting together these big shows, and I'm telling you, they are going to be knockouts.
Now, we have a song we're going to be playing, okay? It's another track number 2. So I think people should know about that. It says, I Love You So.
I Love You So.
So tell us about it.
Well, I tell you what, I was just telling Walter, this is a song that I really don't remember much about it. Again, it's a great song, and just play it.
Here we go. Let's play it right here on WPAT. Wow, great music here with Sam Monaco on WPAT. I got one more song to play for you, by the way. It's just a fabulous bunch of music that you have here, Sam. Some of your shows and some of your recordings with Stan Wayne and in Newark, New Jersey, and you evolved into a terrific, wonderful musical group, and everyone should, get your CD because it is spectacular, by the way.
If I can just very quickly talk about, it's a gentleman out in Chicago. His name is Abe Santiago, along with his partner, Steve Dunham. They're putting together a documentary on a cappella groups from the 1960s. It's in final production. They're doing the sound and some special effects. And I've seen some rough cuts, and I am telling you, it just tells the story of the sounds of the corner, as I like to say. I believe the title of the documentary is going to be In Harmony. And I remembered something about the song that you just played. One of the reasons why we did that is because it featured Joey Castellano singing the high falsetto. It featured me singing some crazy bass lines, and Angelo at the top of his range, and I think he did a wonderful job.
Well, we're going to hear from If You Were Gone From Me right here.
Yes.
With Sam Monaco and the Savoys.
Right, and I believe Wayne Stirl wrote that song. That's Stan's partner.
Can't wait to hear it right here on WPAT. Let's hope I have the right CD in here. Let's give it a shot. love the Savoys right here on WPAT.